Once again, hello everyone. As sad as it is, today I will have to tell you about the next batch of bad news that has fallen on our beloved Star Wars universe. And although the franchise has gained high momentum and has been replenished with 7 new projects over the past year and a half, however, this trend may soon end, and the reason for this is the greed of shareholders and the mediocrity of the latest projects of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Such statement was announced by the current president of Disney, Bob Iger. According to this information, Disney will gradually reduce the amount of released content on Star Wars and Marvel. Iger believes that a large number of projects have undermined the audience's interest in franchises. This is honestly a complete mess. In simple terms, instead of 7 projects per year, 3 will be released. But what is the real reason for such drastic measures, and why the Marvel Cinematic Universe is to blame for this? I will tell you today. So get your refreshments and snacks. We'll begin. So, who is really to be blamed for the reduction of Star Wars projects? Well, it all started with the consequent failures of recent Marvel projects. Since the spring of 2022, the film universe has been going through hard times. Shareholders have invested a lot of money in new films and TV series, and eventually, everything except Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has become a big failure. Poor ratings, low earnings. Because of this, major restructuring, firings, and cuts have launched at Disney. At first, they literally threw 30% of employees out on the street. Then they began to cancel these or other projects on a rampage. But that was only the first bell. The second season, Book of Boba Fett, also went under the knife. And then Tamura Morrison, the actor of the role of the legendary mercenary, expressed concerns about his future in Star Wars in an interview because he did not understand what was going on in the company at all. He thought they wanted to get rid of him too, but later Boba was saved and moved to the 4th season of The Mandalorian. At about the same time, it became known that the Acolyte series about the Sith has a very low budget relative to the other series, and this means that the bosses of Lucasfilm and Disney themselves do not really believe in its success. And although we don't really notice it, the Great Purge at Disney is in full swing. Everyone is being punished. Shareholders who invest a lot of money in a company demand only one thing: less investment and more profit. But when the opposite happened during 2022 and 2023, a fire has started. The first thing the shareholders did was to return to former president Bob Iger to the Disney company, who began to do what they want most of all: make money. As for the Marvel Universe, everything is clear, but why did the purge affect Star Wars as well? The last projects were not failures. All we heard about were the bad earnings of the Book of Boba Fett and that it didn't sell itself as planned, although it still raised a lot of money. And that the 3rd season of The Mandalorian did not show the best start. Well, that's it. Obi-Wan is the most watched series in the entire history of Disney+. The Bad Batch gets the go-ahead for new seasons even before the release of the current one, which indicates an obvious financial success, and the sensational game Jedi Survivor, released with poor optimization, also became a financial success. The most expensive project was the TV series Andor, which had a budget of $250 million. Well, it can be visually seen. And even Andor, with such high budget, received an extension for the 2nd season, the highest ratings, and a bunch of awards as well. If everything is so good, why does Star Wars need cuts? Everything is simple. The shareholders set a goal for Iger: to make a huge profit for smaller investments. That's it. Instead of investing in 7 projects and getting, say, $1 billion in total, it is necessary to invest in 3 projects 5 times less and get the same billion in return. Disney, no matter what tirades they make about the great heritage and entertainment of people, is primarily a business machine run by capitalists, aimed only at earning multi-billion-dollar capital and multiplying it. Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm, was given the same task. In addition, she was told in plain text that the success of the Episode 10 depends on whether she will remain at the head of the company or lose her place. But judging by the fact that the new Indiana Jones, which by the way is also a Lucasfilm project, collected a pitiful $300 million at the box office with the same budget and even received a low rating, it seems to me that Kennedy's days are numbered. Who will suffer from this? Of course, we are ordinary viewers and fans, because Star Wars, as I said, has gained high momentum, and none of the latest projects can be called a direct failure. Although there are certainly plenty of controversial moments, I remember the end of the 2000s when there was nothing on Star Wars except the Clone Wars series that aired once a year and the legendary games like The Force Unleashed. Then I began to think that the universe had come to a logical conclusion and there was no need to wait for anything new. I think I'm not the only one. That's why everyone was happy about the announcement of Episode 7. It was the omen that the universe is still alive. The fact that new Star Wars projects come out so often is, on the contrary, a good sign, something to strive for. There is nothing better than an active franchise with regular content release. But the shareholders do not understand this, and they will never understand because they treat the entertainment industry the same as a grocery store, only both businesses work differently. I think it will all come down to the fact that starting from 2025, we will receive one project in the spring and one project in the fall. Sad, of course. Perhaps you will say, let it be so, for better than to have fillers and any other trash. Believe me, the quality of new films and TV series will not grow from such cuts. Everything will remain the same as it is. That's why it's sad. How will it turn out? We will find out only when these cuts begin. But for now, let's rejoice and enjoy frequent TV series while it's possible. Well, do you think Disney is doing the right thing by doing so? Or is it all detrimental to Star Wars? Write in the comments, subscribe to the channel and like it if the video was interesting. I'm saying goodbye to you for a little while. Thank you all for watching. See you soon.